And when I transferred, I was debating between being psychology or sociology. I had taken stats at the community college, but that didn't transfer from my psychology major, so I ended up taking sociology because I didn't want to take stats again. So that was one decision making, that was one factor of my decision. And then when I was a third year, I was really trying to figure out what am I going to do after I graduate. And so I did an informational interview. Does anybody know what that is? Anybody heard an informational interview? An informational interview is when you talk to somebody who has a job that you think sounds interesting about how they got to where they are, what they like about their job, what they not like about their job. What would they do different if they were to be say like, hey, you have a really great job, can I have a job like yours? Like, it's not to ask for a job, but it's to find out information. And so I did an informational interview with somebody who was a career counselor at a different university than I was attending. And I thought that she had a great job. And so I went back to school and asked our career center if I could intern there. And they said, sure. I went to a small school, so they said, sure, absolutely. And so then I just really enjoyed the field of career development and working with college students and having an opportunity to talk to college students about what do you want to do after you graduate. So for me, it fit my needs of working with people. There was workplace flexibility. I would also, there's just a lot of different things that you can focus on. So it fit a lot of the different needs for me. So that's how I made my decision about what I was going to do after I graduated. So hopefully that just lets you know that you don't have to know everything right now about what you want to do after you graduate or after you start school or what your next step might be. But the important part is ask lots of questions. Constantly ask people, how did you land where you're at today? What are the things that you would recommend that somebody do? And just to hear their story about where they're at. Any questions so far? Okay. Has anybody heard anything about what does a university career center do? Shout out some things if you've heard some things.
Like networking?
Networking? And what does networking do for you?
Successful alumni keep in contact and then kind of help the younger alumni find internships or jobs in their fields.
Yeah, and additionally, we put some numbers to there, but a high percentage of people get their jobs through networking. It's not through necessarily, the highest numbers are not through applying online or that's usually the main way people do it, but it's through networking. So yep, so networking, what else? Anything else? Well, let me tell you a little about our Career Center. The UC Davis Internship Career Center is unique in that internships are our foundation. We have a strong belief that internships are what help launch you into your career. And so that's why the word internship is the first part of our name. So we have at least 6,000 students who do internships a year from UC Davis. It's a hard number to capture because students aren't required to tell us that they've done an internship, but the number that we do consistently have through a variety of different methods is about 6,000 students per year. Our goal is really that each student will graduate from Davis with at least one internship that they've had, if not more than one internship, because that will really be what helps launch you into your career path after you graduate. So what we do is we have advisors, both peer advisors and staff advisors. Our main career center is on the second floor, who are available to help advise students on how to find a job, how to find an internship, what can I do with my major. We have some internships that are already set up for students and they just need to apply, or there's even some that you just pick a time and you get to do that internship. Most of those are in the health field, so it's either health, teaching, there's a few in political science. And then the students can always develop their own internships. So you have different connections either at home or through your community college or different things like that where you can set up your own internship, and we're fully supportive of that as well. We have 4 career fairs each year, so we have one each quarter, a general fair, and then we have an engineering and physical sciences fair in January. And so our career fairs are big. We have somewhere between 160 and 100 employers who are at the fair, and anywhere from it averages about 2,200 students per event, so about